Good morning everyone and welcome to my channel. So it is Monday morning. I am just about to get ready for work, but I thought I'd quickly film the intro to this video. I am going to take you along with me this week on a vlog style video. So every time throughout the week that I am going to be doing plant chores, I'm going to pick up the camera and take you along with me just so you can see what a realistic week for me looks like when I'm caring for sort of 150 plus plants while I have got work. Before we do get into the video though, if you guys are new here, hi, my name's Amy and this is my jungle. I create content to share my hobby as well as document my houseplant journey. If you do enjoy the video, please don't forget to give it a like as well as subscribe to the channel for more planty content. If you're not new here, thank you again for joining me. I really do appreciate having you here. Now, like I say, I am going to go and get ready for work, so I'll next see you this evening when I do get in. So I've just got in from work and I'm now in the plant room. I've got a couple of bits in here that I do need to do. I've got some moss poles down here that need watering, so I'm going to chuck them in the shower just so I can give them a spray down before I then top them up in terms of their cups and watering globes. I've also got a few plants as well that need watering, so my Cebu blue that is just above on this shelf here, as well as my heartleaf philodendron that's in the corner, both need watering. And yeah, I've got a few plants on the plant shelf that do need watering as well. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to move those guys through into the bath along with the moss poles and look to give them a water through before I then make a start on cooking dinner. And yeah, that might be all I have time for this evening, but if I do any more planty stuff after that, I will hop back on and bring you along with me. So I have had a few people ask me how I manage with the plants that are currently attached to the wall, which is my Cebu blue up here and my heartleaf philodendron that's just over here in the corner. And I basically water them in place because it's too much faff to pull them down, then have to work out how they went up just to water them. Like, I will get them down every so often so that I can shower them down and dust off the leaves. But for the most part, they typically stay up there and I water them. This one does have a tray underneath it, and with the heartleaf, I literally just pop the tray in place of the pot, give it a water through, then I'll pop a towel underneath so they can drain on those, and then pop the either pot that they're in or the tray back underneath them. So I'm just going to do those now, and then I'll move the rest of the plants into the bathroom to give them a water through. So the first thing that I'm going to do is the moss poles. I am going to use my sprayer just so that I can water them down from the front. I have noticed things like my golden pothos where the poles are a bit taller,
The bottom of the poles don't seem to be draining through, so I want to give them a thorough soaking. I don't know if it is because maybe I haven't packed the moss in as tightly as I should have, but that is something that I can look at a later date when I've got more time. But like I say, I'm just going to go in with the sprayer just so that I can wet down the lower half of the moss pole. And do the same with the rest of the moss poles. I do also like to tilt forwards to spray in at the top. Be careful of the new leaves that are coming in. For the brandy, I am looking at air layer in this one, just because this bit hasn't actually attached to the moss pole. So I'm thinking I might air layer from here and then remove the top of this. But again, we'll look to do that when I've got a bit more time. So I am just going to moisten the pole from sort of here downwards. I don't mind if the top dries out if I'm planning on removing it anyway. Last one. That's the moss poles done, so now I'm just going to water the rest of the plants that are in the bath and the sink. So it's now Tuesday. I am back home from work. I did finish early, so I've got a little bit more time spare today before I've got bits planned in the evening. What I am going to use this afternoon doing is cleaning out my humidifiers and refilling those back up, but also repotting my Thai constellation, just because I have noticed it is drying out quite quickly and am having to water it a lot more frequently than I was. But also we have got some roots growing out the bottom of the pot as well. So yeah, I figured that while I had extra time, that's something I would look to get done today because she is due a water as well. And it just means that once she's in the pot, I can water her through and then pop her back in her place. I'm not upsizing her pot too much and I'm not going to be disturbing the roots. So it is just going to be a simple transfer from one pot into the other. So I'm pretty sure she is already in the Grow Tropicals Monstera Philodendron mix, but that is just what I am going to be using to repot her in. I'm just going to open the bag. And I'm just going to pop some of the mix just in the bottom. So I want to try and preserve that little root that's sneaking out the bottom. So Don't want to cause any damage to the root if I can help it. I was cutting the pot just there, not the actual root, to try and give it a little bit more space to come out. But I think I might end up losing this one because it is quite tight in there. Oh, no, there it is. It's come out. Okay. All right. So that's what her roots are looking like. I'm just going to tip a little bit of this out so we can pop her in. Once she is a bit bigger, I am going to look to put her onto a moss pole. I feel like she would appreciate it, similar to my elbow. So I'll wait for her to get a little bit bigger, and then we'll have a look and see about getting that all set up for her. Okay. And add her, and that is her all potted back up. So I'm going to just pop her to one side and we'll take her through to give her a water through, along with a couple of other plants that I do have that are due for a water as well. So yeah, we'll just take all of these through into the bathroom and give them a water through. So because I've only got a few smaller plants that need watering, I am just going to water them using this little drip tray because the water can drain through, and then I can stand them on a towel just to finish draining before they go back in their spots. So the first plant that I'm going to be watering is my Syngonium confetti. It's currently pushing out a new leaf just here. Another one that does need a repot, but I haven't got the right soil mix for it at the moment, so just going to have to keep an eye on her and monitor her as and when she needs watering before we get her into a bigger pot. But this is one that has been doing quite well, so it's just drying out that bit quicker than what it normally would. That's one. The next one that I'm going to do is my Peperomia Hope. Another one that needs to be potted up into a clear container. I'm just not sure what the best potting medium is going to be for this one. I might have a look on the Soil Ninja site to see what they recommend. So far has been doing okay since I purchased it. Have had the odd leaves falling off here and there, but aside from that, seems to be doing okay. And the last one, like I say, is the Thai constellation that we've just repotted. Okay, so these guys are just going to hang out on the towel that is next to me. I'm going to empty this out and then look to clean the humidifiers and top those back up. Okay, so it's now Friday. Wednesday and Thursday I didn't really do anything much with my plants. So today I'm just going to go through the Hoya that I have in my collection to give them a water through and then mist them over. While they're off the shelf, I'll probably give that a wipe down as well, but that's what my plan is for this evening. So today's Saturday and I am just going to have a clean of the room because I've got slightly more time today. I'm just going to, I don't know, give it a bit of a hoover, mop, wipe down the shelves because on some of them we've got bits of moss that have fallen out from the moss poles. So yeah, I just like to have a bit of a clean around once a week, once every couple of weeks, it depends. But normally when I've got a full day off so that I don't feel like I've spent my entire day cleaning. But yeah, what I'll probably do is I will time lapse as I do that because I'm pretty sure you guys don't want to watch me clean the entirety of this room in normal time. And then if I do anything else planty, I will pick up the camera and take you along with me. I think once I've done that, I'm probably just going to chill because I am up to date on all of my watering, all of my repots at the moment. Moss poles are all okay, they don't need watering. So yeah, I might take it as some time to chill, maybe catch up on reading a bit or some YouTube videos. And then I think the plan is we're going to go out for dinner. So yeah, I will catch you in a bit. One other thing I'm going to do before I end this video is when I was watering my Cebu Blue earlier on this week, I noticed that I do have a few strands that do need pinning onto the wall. So I purchased these and I'm going to look to add those on so that we can get it climbing over and around the mirror. So yeah, I'll might as well do that today as well because it's only a little job that won't take too long. Like I say, I have got a strand that I have just wedged around one of the longer strands. So I think these two I'm going to look to attach to the wall. So these have got a sticky bit that needs to peel off behind them.